Hey, Sarah.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yay.
Kitty.
We are recording. Not sure where Kayla is.
I know.
There she is.
Sorry, you guys. I cannot connect on my computer for some reason.
That's all right.
Okay.
All right. It's 10:41. And I'll entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
I will make a motion that we come out of executive session at 10:41 a.m.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any further discussion?
None for
Nope.
anything.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, and no decisions were made in executive session. Is there any?
No.
I don't think we need.
No, legal will just certify that and put it in writing to be filed with our minutes.
Well, and for purposes of the reporting and the certification, I will certify that the special meeting was convened pursuant to 24-6-402, parent 4, parent B, CRS in relation to conferences with legal for the purposes of receiving legal advice on a specific legal question, and that the executive session was not recorded due to the fact that the topic of discussion and the matters discussed are subject to attorney-client privilege.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Okay.
Chris, I think if you want to hop off since you have to go, I just want to check in with Sarah and Jeff to make sure I get everything on our schedule next week with the weekly planner.
Okay, I will just admonish you that because no other specific topics were put on the planner and notice to the public, you can't go into any specific details as to any specific topics. You know, planning and scheduling, I don't think is a problem, but in terms of discussion as to other matters,
Right.
they weren't noticed. So sorry about that.
Okay.
All right,
Gotcha.
thanks.
No worries.
Appreciate the time.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Chris.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I just want to make sure I've got everything. Jeff, I have fire management Monday at 9. Oh no, never mind. Sorry. I have URA at 9 on Monday. Tuesday we have fire at 9. I have a work session with the sheriff at 11 to 12. And then special meeting for executive session 2 to 4. And then you want to add the work session with probation prior to that, Sarah?
Kayla, I'm sorry. I was looking through my Monday there. Can you go back on what you have for Tuesday?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Nope, that's okay. Okay, we have nothing on Monday for the three of us. Tuesday, we have fire management at 9.
Okay.
Work session at 11 with the sheriff.
Oh, okay. I
And
thought that
then-
was at 1 for some reason, so I misinformed probation. I was operating under that start at 1, so apologies for that.
That's okay. I was reading that this morning about planning with them. What time did they want to meet?
Probation?
Yeah.
They could meet at 2, it sounded like. I can circle back on the email and offer flexibility to tag on to the work session from the sheriff at noon. I don't know if that's an ideal time for folks, but do you want?
We can
When
do that. We can schedule that work session from 11 to 2 because we have an executive session at 2 o'clock. And we can take a recess if we need to in that work session.
We have an executive session at 2 o'clock on the 26th.
That's what I have here.
What's that for?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Okay. Oh, Katie Welter scheduled it.
Oh, did she? Okay. Okay.
Oh, can we do sheriff from 11 to 12? Janine wants to join us with the probation stuff too. Janine can make it at any time on the 22nd or the 26th.
Okay, so the executive session is scheduled for 2 o'clock. So we need to push the probation work session conversation
To probably like 1 o'clock.
earlier. Okay, all right, I will reach out to them.
Okay.
with-
One other thing, I think it will be ready by now, but remember that the 28th is when comments on that Utah oil rail line are due. We should see those comments today or early or Monday. So
Okay.
I don't know if we can put, add into that work session a chance to just like look those over and then maybe, I guess we need to be in a meeting to approve signing on.
Yeah,
Let's hey, let's do sheriff from 11 to 12, and then at 12 to 1 we can read through those comments, and then at 1 we can meet with probation. Would that work? I know that's kind of like a marathon work session, but I think we probably need that time just to go through stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fine. And then do you want to put with the special meeting to go into executive session, do we want to add to the agenda the consideration or decision to sign on to the public comments?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay, I can do that for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Will work.
Okay.
And then that's all I have on Tuesday. Is that all you guys have on Tuesday?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay. Wednesday I have monthly commissioner and legislator breakfast.
Can I'm sorry, I have on Monday morning, I'm meeting with Conlin and Aurora regarding the crossing agreement and an update for the CDOT Crossroads Trail. I wonder, I would like, maybe we could add another agenda item. And I don't know that it would be a lengthy discussion on Tuesday, but I would like to just be forthcoming with the board on whether or not we want to continue to pursue the installation of that trail with the activity of the railroad, although that could be, years down the road. I don't know.
Okay.
I just would like to have a consensus on moving forward with that,
Okay.
because it's kind
We
of, there's a,
can-
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say there's a bit of like project creep with all these requirements that keep coming back from CDOT.
Okay. So we can add that to I'll add that as part of that railroad comment discussion piece from like 12 to 1-ish. I'll just add that in there if that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I think it'll probably fit really well naturally there. Okay. So Tuesday I have monthly commissioners and legislators breakfast. The ESC.
Wednesday, you mean?
Yeah, Wednesday, sorry.
That's okay.
And then the hospital board of directors. CWC. Do you want me to post that, Sarah?
Yeah, sure. That's that's just a webinar, I think, or a training opportunity. So yeah.
Okay. And then that's all I have Wednesday.
Okay. And then the morning coffee, Wednesday morning coffee.
Yep.
Okay.
Community coffee. And then I have CCI steering committee meetings on Thursday and Friday of next week. And then HR Plus handbook review from 8 to 9.
Can I ask, sorry, what are the steering committee meetings? Like those are on my calendar. I thought they were sort of like orientation briefing things, but I guess they're different.
Yeah, so I had forwarded those to you. I had contacted CCI to have them put them in a calendar invite for us so that I could keep them on our calendars.
Okay.
Basically, you can just go into a steering committee as you want to. You don't necessarily have to sign up for a steering committee. You can just join those meetings as you want. And they have a Justice and Public Safety Committee, General Government, Tourism, Resorts and Economic Development, Taxation and Finance, Transportation and Telecommunication. And so they have a draft agenda listed on CCI's website if you want to take a look at that. But that calendar invite just contains all the Zoom information if you decide you want to hop onto any of those.
Okay.
Yeah,
great.
that's more like work group on those specific items with their dedicated staff to those topics. And then in the bigger like legislative meetings that we have, it's more of just an overview from those discussions and a full group consensus on monitoring, supporting whatever proposed legislation gets drafted.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So those, I did just forward those to you guys just so you would have them on your calendar. I know that there's some stuff in there that they had discussed in December and will carry over, like wildfire protection and that type of thing that I think are pretty hot topics for us because there's a lot of talk at the state about state funding and planning for things like that. And so I just wanted to make sure to have that on our radar if you guys were interested in attending those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. So
Yeah,
8
for
to 9:30, the HR Plus work session though,
Yes.
on that morning? Okay.
Yeah, on Friday, the 29th.
Oh, Friday. Okay. Great.
Is there something in my inbox to read for that, or is there?
The work session on the handbook?
Yeah.
I will forward you Catherine's emails.
Okay. Great.
And yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that sounds good for next week on February 1st. So far for our county commissioner meeting, I have a Hope More Mine update from Michael Irwin and Southern Colorado Economic Development District update. They just want to come and do a presentation to us because we fall within that district, and they've hired and it's been funded through the federal government, a recovery manager. And so he wants to make an introduction to us.
Okay.
So I've put him on the agenda on February 1st. If you guys have anything else you'd like me to add onto that, I'll start building that agenda this week.
I just had, sorry, brain is catching up on that work session on Tuesday. We had and not, again, following Chris's advice, not to make any decisions, but do we need to reach out again to make sure we have materials in hand for that?
I will send an email today to the sheriff to ask her and request of her material and information for the work session prior to that on Tuesday. So I think we have on there right now the invoice from Summit County Coroner, and then the body cams purchase and contract, and I think an update on the construction in the building and the proposed false walls that they want to put up in the building is what's on that right now.
Okay.
We could ask also for status on the camera project on the landfill
Okay.
and what, if any, plan there is there, because CTI had removed all the new hardware and put back, Jeff, I don't know if you heard about that.
This is a new one.
Okay. In December, like mid-December. Well, so So the landfill had put up their new building, and in that, Public Works had replaced all the cameras up there and added, because we had had a conversation months prior, or inquiry from the sheriff's office on the visual on the impound lot. And so Michael actually added a camera there, and that direct feed gets pushed from the landfill to the Public Works office up on Hazel. And then Amit was doing some other project, and Michael lost feed of the footage and went out there to discover the sheriff's office third-party IT, removing all of our hardware and replacing with brand new cameras. So that was a incident in a day. And CTI, I had gone out there and talked with the gentleman who has been great to work with. And they did not, there was just the lack of communication. They didn't know that we didn't know, sheriff didn't know, or claims she didn't know that they were replacing all the cameras. She thought they were adding one, but they had a bid to replace every camera up there. So we were like, we just paid for new hardware. So that all was eventually, CTI made the decision to just replace all the infrastructure that they had removed and put it back the way it was until further direction. So I don't know if what any plan is to move forward, if she even needs to do that, because we do have all the camera angles that we think we need. Yeah, and I guess I just will say, if we don't get any of that information, we can convene and just tell her that, this is what we need and reiterate that. But I am really not interested in having an in-depth conversation to learn anything from her, because clearly from our work session on her budget, she gave us misleading or misinformation then. So I am I'm primarily interested in having a conversation with documentation in front of me to back up, the details that we want to discuss.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sounds good. I will make sure to follow up and request that information so that we're all prepared.
Thank you.
Well, sure. So that's all I have for next week. And I think other than that, we're good. Yeah.
I think so. Yep. Okay.
Well, sounds
All right.
good, guys. I'll get
Very
that.
good.
I'll get that out this afternoon, and then get it to Patty for posting.
Very good. Thanks, Kayla.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. All right. We adjourn at 10:59.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.